Welcome to Short Stories, where cinema meets the soul. Today, we bring you a story that floats between the heavens and the earth, where immortality meets mortality and love challenges the very nature of existence. City of Angels, 1998, is a romantic drama directed by Brad Silberling and starring Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan. Set in the vast expanse of Los Angeles, a city buzzing with motion, wrapped in smog, and shimmering in sunlight, it tells a love story unlike any other. It's a film about choices, about being seen, about what it means to feel, and how a single person can awaken something buried deep, even in someone who isn't human. The film opens not with human characters, but with angels. These are not winged figures in white robes, but quiet, shadowy beings dressed in dark coats, moving invisibly among us. They observe without interfering. They comfort the dying. They listen to our thoughts and watch our lives unfold. Seth, played by Nicolas Cage, is one of them. Alongside other angels like Cassiel, Seth watches over Los Angeles. He listens to human thoughts, watches children being born, and helps souls pass peacefully from life into death. He cannot be seen, touched, or felt, but he is always present. The angels gather at dawn at the Los Angeles Public Library. It's their meeting place, a space of quiet knowledge and silent reflection. They read not books, but minds. They observe not for judgment, but out of curiosity. One day, Seth witnesses a heart surgeon, Dr. Maggie Rice, as she tries desperately to save a patient during surgery. She is skilled, focused, and passionate, but despite her efforts, the man dies. What Seth sees is not just a failed procedure, but the deep emotional impact it has on Maggie. This moment becomes the turning point. For the first time in all his timeless existence, Seth is not merely observing a human. He's drawn to her. Something stirs. Dr. Maggie Rice, portrayed by Meg Ryan, is brilliant and deeply compassionate. But she's also burdened by the responsibilities of her profession. Losing a patient affects her deeply. She questions herself, doubts her skills, even though her colleagues admire her dedication. Seth follows Maggie through her routine. He watches her in the hospital, sees her talking with nurses, studying charts, comforting families. He notices things that others miss, the hesitation in her voice, the pain in her eyes, the weight of each decision. What he cannot understand, though, is why he cares. Cassiel, Seth's closest friend among the angels, warns him not to get too close. Angels are not meant to interfere. They're not supposed to feel attachment. They exist outside of human experience. But Seth can't ignore the pull. He begins appearing to Maggie in human form, not revealing what he truly is, but asking questions, striking up conversations. Maggie is wary at first. She doesn't know who this strange, quiet man is who keeps showing up in unexpected places. But there's something calming about him. Something different. Something sincere. At home, Maggie's relationship with Jordan, a fellow doctor, is growing strained. They argue over small things, missed dinners, unspoken frustrations. Jordan doesn't understand the emotional toll Maggie's work takes on her. Meanwhile, Seth continues to show up on hospital staircases, in cafeterias, outside operating rooms, asking about life, fear, death, and love. Maggie doesn't know why she opens up to him, but she does. Seth is fascinated by human senses, taste, smell, touch, all of which are foreign to him. He can see the world, but he cannot physically experience it. He watches people eat, laugh, cry, and he wonders what it would be like to truly live. During one of his visits, Seth meets a man named Nathaniel Messenger, a former patient of Maggie's. Unlike most people, Nathaniel can actually see Seth. He's not surprised by his presence. In fact, Nathaniel reveals something that shocks Seth. He was once an angel too. Nathaniel tells Seth that he chose to fall, to become human. It was a sacrifice, but one he does not regret. Now he feels warmth, pain, flavor, and love. Things Seth has never known. Their conversation plants a seed in Seth's mind. Maybe there is a path, one that leads to more than observation, one that leads to feeling. Seth and Maggie continue to talk, share coffee, and walk through city parks. They are falling in love, though neither says the words. Maggie senses there's something unusual about him, something unexplainable, but she doesn't pull away. Finally, Seth tells her the truth. He is not human. He is an angel. At first, Maggie doesn't believe him. She thinks he's delusional. But she can't deny the strange coincidences, the way he always knows where she is, the things he says. One night, while staying at her mountain cabin, she asks him what it's like, being an angel. He explains that he cannot feel, cannot taste, cannot bleed. He says he's never, and yet, He's never felt closer to anything than he does to her. Moved by his vulnerability, Maggie begins to believe. She admits that she feels something too, something powerful and confusing. But love between an angel and a human is impossible unless one of them changes. Seth begins to consider the unthinkable. He visits Nathaniel again, asking how he did it. Nathaniel simply says, "You fall." That night, standing on a rooftop in downtown Los Angeles, Seth takes his first and final leap of faith. He falls. Literally. His body hits the ground. He is bruised, bleeding, and alive. Now, Seth is human. Disoriented and in pain, Seth makes his way to Maggie. When she opens the door to her cabin and sees him, real, physical, and bleeding, she understands immediately what he's done. She embraces him. They spend a day together, walking, touching, laughing. For the first time, Seth feels everything. The warmth of her skin, the taste of food, the way sunlight filters through the trees. They talk about a future together. No grand plans, just simple things. Cooking dinner, watching sunsets, reading books side by side. The next morning, Maggie goes out for a short bike ride. She's heading to the market, peaceful and smiling. As she rides along a country road, a truck swerves unexpectedly into her path. The screen cuts to silence, and then chaos. Seth hears the commotion and runs to her. He finds her on the ground, broken, bleeding. He holds her, weeping, as she whispers to him one last time. Her eyes close. She is gone. Just like that. Seth is left alone, human, in love, and devastated. He returns to the beach where Maggie once said she felt most free. He stands in the cold ocean waves, eyes closed, remembering her laugh, her touch, her warmth. Cassiel appears, watching from a distance. Seth turns to him and says, "I would rather have had one breath of her hair, one kiss from her mouth, one touch of her hand, than an eternity without it." Nathaniel finds Seth later, sitting quietly in a park. They talk about grief, about love, and about life. Nathaniel reminds Seth that this pain is part of being human and part of what makes it beautiful. City of Angels is not a fairy tale. It's not a story of perfect endings. It's about the raw, sometimes painful truth of love. It asks us what we're willing to give up for connection, what we're willing to risk to feel something real. Seth gave up immortality for love. And though it ended in loss, he gained something even more powerful, the ability to feel, to remember, and to live fully. As Sarah McLachlan's Angel plays over the final scenes, we are left with an ache and a quiet truth. Love is fleeting. Life is fragile. But when it's real, it's enough. Thank you for joining us on Short Stories. If this tale moved you, let us know in the comments below. And if you've ever loved, lost, or dared to leap, this story was for you. Until next time, keep feeling, keep remembering, and never forget, the moments that matter are never wasted.